So the first tutorial we're going to do is called GIMP Quickies. It's by Pat David. This tutorial will teach you some really basic skills for GIMP that are found in just about every image manipulation program out there, including Photoshop. And they're very simple and easy to learn. So the 4 GIMP quickies that we're going to do is change the size or the dimensions of an image. We're going to scale it and make it larger or smaller. We're going to change the file size of the image to make it take up less space inside your Windows computer. We're going to crop the image and focus on a particular part of an image. And we're going to rotate or flip an image. In this first tutorial, we're going to take an image that per se might be this big and we're going to make it smaller so it fits in a certain space inside whatever application you want to use it in. And this is a common problem that people encounter. And we're going to use an image called the Horsehead Nebula. To get the image, just click on the link. It will take you to where the picture is located. And on this page, I want you to click one more time on the image to open up the full size of the image. After you click on it and it opens up fully, right click and save the image somewhere on your computer. And I have a folder called GIMP, and here's my GIMP Quickies folder here. And I'm going to put it here. And then just click Save. If you notice at the bottom left of the page, the image downloaded it and it put a little icon down at the bottom left corner near the taskbar. All you have to do is take that image and drag it, like I'm doing now, into GIMP. And then this window will open up and it will ask you if you want to import the image from a color profile, and or do you want to convert it to the sRGB color profile. Just click Convert. Now let me go back to GIMP. I'm going to click Convert, go back to GIMP, and you'll see that the image has loaded beautifully into our GIMP program. You'll notice that when you first open your image in GIMP, the image will be zoomed so that the entire image fits in your canvas. The thing to notice for this image is that by default, the window decoration at the top of GIMP will show you information about the image. And if you look at the top of the page, you will see that the size of the image is 1225 by 1280, and that's in pixels. Now, what we're going to do is resize that part of the image. So let's look at the text again. Notice that the information at the top window shows the current size. Then it says resize to the new dimensions. You need to invoke the scale image dialog. And what that means is on GIMP, if we go back to GIMP, you go to the menu at the top of the page and you select image, and then you go to scale image, and it brings up a new window. And if you look at this window and then you look at the text on the page, let me zoom in a little bit, and you can see that when it talks about a picture in these tutorials, it uses a green text, which you can see here. And if you look at the picture, there's a green box around it. And so this is where the text is talking about the picture, and it gives you a clue to what you're looking at. So just like it says in the text, it says in the, and let me go to the wider picture here. It says, in the scale image dialog, you'll find a place to enter new values for width and height. And that's what we have on our GIMP page, our place to enter width and height. And you can see it's 1225 by 1280. Then the text says, you'll notice a small chain to the right of the width and height entry boxes. This icon shows the width and height values are locked with respect to each other, meaning that changing one value will cause the other value to change in order to keep the same aspect ratio. Let's look and see how that works. So in the width, let's say I change that to 1000. And I click on the bottom window, you'll notice that it automatically changed to that particular size. And it kept the same resolution. And those are locked together. Now let me go back to 1225 up here. And you notice it goes back to 1280. Now if I unlock the chain and I want to change the width and not worry about the height, I can put 1000 like that, and you'll notice that it doesn't change. So when I scale it, it scales differently. And so let me hit Control Z to undo, and let's do that again. Image, scale image, 1225 by 1280. So let me undo this one here, and let me put 200, and let's do the width 200. And it's going to be very skinny, so let's scale it. And there's my skinny image now. Let's Control Z to undo it. So if we look back at the text, it tells us to set the width to 600 pixels. And the changing that will change the height to 627. So let's go ahead and do that to our image. So let's go to Image, Scale Image. And let's do 600. And then it changes to the height to 627. And we hit scale and the image is smaller. Now I need to know that you did the work when you do these tutorials. So you have to create some evidence for me so I can give you points for it. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to create a new image, and it's going to be A4 size. And you can pick the size by clicking on the template up here, and it resizes and creates an image for you. Make sure this box is checked that says portrait, and then click OK, and you'll have a new image. Now it gave me that particular image because it gave me the background color, the active background color. I don't really want that, so I want white. So let's do it again. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to click New. I'm going to click A4. And then I'm going to click Advanced Options. And down with Fill With and Background Color selected, select White. And there we go. So now we want to take this image and put it on this page here. So all you have to do is go back to this image by clicking on the tab at the top and select all, and then edit, copy, and then go back to the picture here. Let me do that again for you. Watch closely. You go to the image, you go to select all, or press Control A, and you'll notice you got these little marching ants, that's what they call them. And then you go to edit, then you go to copy. Then you go to here. Now don't paste it directly onto the image. You want it to paste as a layer. And the way you do that is edit, paste as a new layer, and it will add the image. When you paste it like this, you can literally put this anywhere you want on the page. You can just move it all around. So here is our new image, and let's get the old image and put it right here. And we put our 1225 by 1280 image in a folder. So I'm going to open as a layer that image. Now it was in my pictures folder. So if I go to my pictures folder and find my GIMP folder, I can find that 1225 Horsehead Hubble image. And I'm going to click Open. And it's going to ask me about the color profile again. I'm going to click Convert. And there it is. And then I can move this one around. Now I have the original image, and then I have this image here. So let's label my work. So the name of this exercise was changing the dimensions. So I'm just going to copy that. Copy. And then I'm going to go back to my GIMP. And I'm going to click the text here, and I'm going to draw a text box. I'm just going to left click and drag it across the page. And you notice the text window pops up at the top. Let's put this on the inside a little bit better. And you can resize this by just grabbing the little boxes at each corner of the page. And I want this to be black. So I'm just going to click on that little box here. See the color here? Click it. And just left click and drag it down to where it's black. And then I'm going to click inside the box and then Control V. And there it is there. Looks like to change it, it's all in yellow. So I'm going to select everything. Now I can drag my mouse and select everything. I also think I can do Control A and select everything. And then just, now I'm going to drag this over here and then select OK, just like that. And then if I want to change the size, I can change the size. And then here's my original image. And I'm going to put another text box here, not there. Let's bring this down here. Bring this over here. And I'm going to type original image, and it's 1225 by 1280. And then our new image, which was let's make that black. First we have to select it, Control A. And down here is a box that's black already, so I can click that and then it'll go to black. Original image 1225 by 1280. And what was the other size? Let's go look at it. And you can look at the top of the page. It says it's 600 by 627. And let's go back here. And let's put another text box. And we'll type rescaled image. And let's give it the size. It's 600 by 627. Is that right? Let's go back and look. Yes, that's right. 627. And I'm going to do Control A. Let's change this to black. And there we go. And that's one image that you turn in. Now, how are you going to turn this in? This is a GIMP file because it's not a PNG, it's not a JPG. So the way you have to convert it. So you need to export this. Now we're going to put this in our GIMP folder. We're going to export, and it's going to our pictures folder. And then we find our GIMP folder, GIMP Quickies, change file size, and we're going to put here. This is our scale evidence, and you can name it like that, and then export it. And you get a window that pops up. It asks you about the compression level and all that other information. Basically just click OK, export. And when you go back to your folder and look at your folder, you can see that your scale evidence is here, and it's a PNG file. And PNG files you just add to your web page, because that's going to be where I'm going to check your evidence. And that's what it'll look like. I think I'm going to want your name on here as well. So let's go back and add your name. I'm going to add my name down at the bottom. M-A-R-K. Now, you see how the yellow keeps popping up? If you don't want the yellow to pop up when you type, go ahead and change this color here. Change the foreground color to the color that you want. And we're going to pick black. And then we're going to escape from there and get rid of that text box and do it again. Empty text layer. Let's get rid of that layer. Okay, let's go back to text. And now when I do it, I'm going to put it right down at the bottom. You can see it's automatically black already. Mark Hefner. And there you go. And that's how you do it. And then we just, we have to export it again. Export to scale evidence, PNG. So it's exported. You can see down at the bottom, it's exporting it to that PNG that we created. And when we go back to our GIMP Quickies folder and we look at our evidence, let's see, where did I put this? GIMP Quickies, retake. Oh, it's in my pictures folder. That's my video folder. GIMP Quickies, change file size, and there it is. You can see that my name's at the bottom of the page. And that's basically how you do it. Pretty simple. And then you add the PNG to your web page. This PNG, not this PNG. Got it? All right, that's it for scale image. Let's move to the next tutorial. Before I forget, you don't want to lose your work here, just in case you have to change it later for some reason. So you should save it. Now, closing it automatically will bring up a save dialog box. And you can save it like that. You can save as. And you got the file extension here. It's XCF. That is for GIMP. And just go ahead and put it in the same folder as your work that you're doing it for. So change file sizes here. And this is where you will put your XCF file. Just click save. And then it's gone. And then you can move on to the next image. And we're not going to save the images for this one here. We're just going to close it, discard the changes, and then start the next tutorial.